I am happy that TVRLS has announced its 13th program on psychometric testing. I want to use this opportunity to share a few thoughts on psychometric testing. Psychometric testing is not a rocket science. Anyone can learn if you are interested. And our certificate program prepares you to learn the basics of psychometric testing. To begin with, in psychometrics, there are two categories of tests. Of course, there are many categories, but I am dividing them into two categories. One set of tests are called as ability tests, which include also ability and aptitude tests. And this includes achievement tests, knowledge tests, skill tests, based largely on subject matter knowledge. All these tests have right and wrong answers, and you can objectively score them. 2 plus 2 is always 4 in these tests. The second category of tests are called personality tests, which may include attitude tests, trait tests, many other tests that deal with your personality, social attitudes, preferences, values, motives. All these things can be classified as personality tests. In personality tests, there are no right and wrong answers. A set of items are presented to you, what is called as stimuli, and you are asked to respond. And based on your responses, you are supplied with a categorization on that particular psychometric trait or quality or attitude or whatever they are assessing. And they give you a score, which normally represents whatever is your variable personality or attitude and things, or values, motives and things like that. Normally in personality tests, you can keep changing. In fact, the entire personality testing is based on the assumption that by giving feedback to you and helping you to recognize where you are, diagnose your own personality, you can improve on it. So all testing is normally based for improvements, development and so on. However, it is normally the tests with right and wrong answers, that is ability, aptitude and achievement tests, which are used for recruitment purposes. If you are a subject matter specialist and if you know the process of designing a tool, you can be an expert in your own subject matter, maybe engineering or medicine or any field in which you are. I think you should know your subject matter well. You can also refer to books and come up with items. But there is a process of developing these items, and there are ways of analyzing these items. Like, for example, in ability tests, one of the frequently used criteria for assessing the item is difficulty level of items. Difficulty level of item is given a particular population, what percentage of people are likely to answer it gives the difficulty level. For example, if 90% are not able to answer it, the difficulty level is 90%. If only 10% are not able to answer it, then the difficulty level is only 10%. Well, there are ways in which you can talk of the difficulty levels and so on. And normally in a test, you make sure that a test has items with different difficulty levels following normal probability curve. All this we explain in the process of testing. Whereas in personality tests, the purity of the variable is important. You have to come up with a construct or concept. You should be familiar with the behavioral science theory or psychology. You should know about whatever you are. I think quite a few of these can be acquired from basic psychology books and behavioral sciences books and so on. That is why you find some experts have made available a large number of tests through, like Dr. Pareek has written handbook of instruments. In fact, Dr. Pareek, myself, Professor Pestanji and others have brought out a compilation of the psychological and social instruments that are available in the country and so on. Well, coming back to our program helps you in 3 or 4 different ways. First is it familiarizes you with the testing process, how tests are constructed, how they are standardized, and how they are made available, what is required, the process of testing. This is number one, it will familiarize you. Number two, we have about half a dozen tests prepared by TVRLS, which are being used by a number of people, which deal with personal effectiveness, work values, motivational profiles, interpersonal trust, locus of control, and also a semantic differential, uh, almost similar to MBTI, which we have evolved in the recent past. We administer the tests on the participants and we help them to understand these, and we also have an opportunity, we provide an opportunity for them to use these tests and master these tests. So one of the objectives is to be able to use the TVRLS tests. Another objective is to familiarize you with a variety of other tools that are available, either from Udai Pareek instruments or other instruments published. Earlier used to be Pfeiffer and Jones HRD annuals. Later it became Pfeiffer's annual. They have come up with a number of tests. We don't familiarize you with all the tests, but we give you some samples of these. For example, one of the tools is visibility, credibility, inventory. How do you use this, and so on. So we familiarize you with a number of tests, including some standard tests like MBTI, 5OB, 16PF, and so on. We don't make you experts in this because you all need separate certifications in these programs. In total, in our program, we will be introducing you to almost about 22 different types of tests. These tests also include tests to measure interpersonal competence, tests to measure team behavior, and the organizational climate or culture, HRD culture, and things like that. So friends, I think this is a good program that we are offering. It is over 8 weekends, actually 4 weekends, Saturday, Sunday. Saturday 4 hours, Sunday 3 hours. But there's quite a bit of work that you need to do, and after the program is offered, you are supposed to complete a project of either developing a tool or something of interest to you, or administering a tool and standardizing it. So this certificate program prepares you well for psychometric testing, familiarizes you with the entire world of psychometric testing, and helps you to be in a position to use and benefit from these tests. You will also be able to use these tests as a HRD tools in your own kind of programs and so on. So friends, I hope some of you who have watched this video will be motivated to go through our 13th certificate program of TVRLS. You can go to www.tvrls.com and go to the psychometric testing program. You get all the details there. So I look forward to seeing you and interacting with you. We have an excellent team in TVRLS. They've all become experts by now, and it's a pleasure interacting with them. So look forward to seeing you, and bye.